Hey guys, like the title says, this deck is really good. It goes really wide, and I think it's actually going to be a very good deck in this upcoming format. So I think it's going to be a tier 1 deck, or maybe even a tier 0 deck, depending on how well you side against it. I'm not entirely sure. I just know based off of the testing sessions that I've made, or the testing I've made with the deck, I just find that this deck is really crazy. Going first or second doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're gonna go into the deck. So the way the deck works, or let's read the leader first. The leader says when this card attacks, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Add a red ribbon army card to your hand. So this basically means that you can guarantee your or you increase your consistency on being able to see your cards because in order to awaken with this guy, you have to have at least one of each. One or more of each red gamma 1 or in red gamma 2 in play. So that means I don't think you can have only one of the cards where they have both copies or both of the card in the card text name. I think you had to have both one of each of the cards on the board. So even if you're playing one of the cards that I'll just show you. So even if you're playing this card right here, where both of the names are in the card, you still have to play another card with the other name on the board in order to awaken. That's definitely my interpretation of it, and I think that's what's gonna be. Yeah. So we're just gonna test as if that's the rule, and that's the case. Okay. So we're gonna do a mulligan here to see what we want in our opening hand. I think in this deck, you don't really mind going first or second. Second is fine because that means you can set up faster, but it also means that you can't play your power cards because your power cards typically happen when you have energy 3 and higher. So that's just a little FYI for you. Even if you go second, you can set up faster, but in order to play your bigger threats, you have to be on turn 3 or higher, or energy 3 or higher. Okay, so we drew our 6 cards here. The cards we want to see in our opening hand is one of the Dr. Hedo cards, just because we want a Z charge. So we're going to pretend we're going to go first, as always, and we're going to do a turn-by-turn analysis. So we're definitely going to want to keep this card here because it allows for a very early game pressure. And if you're going first, you definitely want to keep this in your opening hand. So we're going to mulligan the rest of the cards because we don't have Dr. Hedo. So we're going to top deck. We're just gonna shuffle these cards away. Okay, cool. We drew a Dr. Hedo, and so we're gonna start off the turn here. So we're gonna take out our 8 life. Okay, we're gonna charge this card just because this is an off archetypal card, but it's really good in this deck. So I'm just gonna charge it anyways, just to show you guys how the deck works and flows. So we're gonna charge the Broly first, and then since we're going first, we want to play our little cantrip where we play this guy and then look at the top 5 cards for a red ribbon army. Okay, so what we're gonna do. We're gonna peep the top 5, and then we're gonna add any of the red ribbon cards to our hand. So we're gonna add we'll add this one. So this is what we want anyways, but we already have it in our hand, but there's no other copy. We could add another copy of Dr. Hedo in our hand. So we're gonna go for Dr. Hedo here. We already have this card in our opening hand, so we're just gonna get him. Okay, and then we're gonna shuffle our deck, put us back to their hand, and then we're gonna pass. And then let's just say they attacked us. We're gonna actually Z charge this guy. It seems to be the trend where if you Z charge on your first turn, you'll be able to play your awakening conditions. Okay, so now he's Z charged, and then you're going to not take a damage because you attack comboed out of the attack. You're gonna start your turn. You're gonna draw a card. We're gonna charge all the off archetypal cards. Okay, so now that you have one card in your Z energy, like the Beast Gohan deck, you're gonna send this off to the drop area, and then we're gonna play the Dr. Hedo's Laboratory. Okay. So this card reads to Z-stack a cell max that's red with an energy cost of 3. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to Z-stack this guy. Okay, cool. So now that we Z-stack that, now what it does is that you can play a red Gamma 1 with an energy cost less than or equal to your energy. So right now I don't have any Gamma 1s that I can play because I only have 2 energy. So we're going to pass another turn where we don't really develop fast. So we're going to pay our 1 energy, and good thing we found Dr. Hedo. So we're going to be able to play him and then look for another top 5. So this basically allows you to set up within the first 2 turns of the game, and then this allows you to just basically do well. So it looks like we whiffed here, unfortunate for us, but we're going to just shuffle. It doesn't matter because we can just swing with this guy, and then we'll be able to put pressure on him. So we're going to attack here. We're going to look at the top 5 cards and pretty much set up. We're going to add another red ribbon army. So we're going to add this one even though we already have this card in our hand. So we're going to do that. Shuffle. So it seems pretty tame so far for the first few turns, but I promise you that this deck is going to explode pretty soon. So yeah, and then from there, we're just going to pass, take a damage. So let's just indicate how much damage they are at. Okay, cool. We could play a 2-drop, but we didn't draw any of the 2-drops, but that's fine. For the next turn, they're going to swing at us. We're going to take the damage because we're going to draw until we have 6 anyways. So we need to take some damage here. So we'll take the damage. Pretty much take 2 damage, I guess, because we're going to awaken. They're going to think that we're going to awaken anyways. So they're just going to attack us all. Might as well Z-charge one of this for later because we are going to play the Gamma and the Gamma 1 from the Z. Okay. Then they're gonna pass. We're gonna draw for turn. All right. Looks like we drew another cantrip. We're gonna charge them anyways. Okay, cool. So turn 3 is when things get pretty cool because now you can just play out your Dr. Hedo's laboratory cards, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to use this card to free play the Gamma 1 first. The reason why we want to do this is because this has an activate battle where if you pay 1 energy and you or your opponent has 3 or more energy, play this card and then choose something with a red card that gets 10k power for the battle. Also, it also gives another 5k when it's played. So it's one of those double on play abilities. So you're gonna give the Gamma 1 that you just played off the Dr. Hedo's laboratory all 15k boost. And then this is how you're gonna pop off basically. So now that you have a Gamma 1 on the board, you are unable to awaken until you have the Gamma 2 on the board. So what you're gonna do is you're going to swing with this guy. And then you're going to trigger his ability to be able to combo from your drop area. So he goes up to 20k, and then you're going to activate battle here, and then you're going to pay 1 energy to play this guy. This guy right here is going to be able to generate you or just going to give this guy a plus 15k power. So he goes up to 30k, 35k single strike. So that's not the powerful part about this is that now that you do have a way to awaken, you're not going to attack with this guy yet because you want to generate a +1 on the front side. Because on the back side, whenever one of your red Gamma 2 cards attacks, then you can discard and draw 2 cards. So it's like the Gohan deck that we featured yesterday, except that it's going to be able to, it's just a little different where you attack with the Gamma 2 instead of a Gohan. So yeah, so then you're gonna swing for 35, which is really high for literally on turn 3. You're gonna Z charge this, okay, and then now you're gonna swing with this guy, and then hit for 15. And then from here, you can swing with this guy. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck for another ribbon army. And then we're gonna add something that we don't have yet. We're gonna probably add a Gamma 1. Yeah, we're gonna add Gamma 1 because we already have Gamma 2. Okay, we're going to shuffle our deck. And now on the attack declaration, we can actually awaken it or not. We can actually awaken on activate battle step because now we have both a Gamma 1 and a Gamma 2 on board. So we fulfilled the awakening condition. We're going to alternatively awaken and then draw 2. Okay, and now all your Gamma 1s and Gamma 2 that have energy cost of 2 gain barriers. So that's not important right now because you typically just want to protect your Z battle with this one. So now that they're both in rest mode, you need to be able to attack with a red Gamma 2 card in order to draw 2 cards. So what you're going to do here is that you're going to use this ability to restand Gamma 1. Gamma 1 has this ability to be able to draw a card when it's restood by Dr. Hedo. So you're going to draw a card and then you're going to minus a battle card by 10k if they have any. And then when something gets restood by Dr. Hedo, all your Gamma 2s, that's the trend, usually restand themselves. So it says right here, once per turn, when one of your Gamma 1 is switched to active mode from Dr. Hedo's skill, switches card active mode. Okay, so you guys are kind of starting to see the pattern here where they're not unique at all. And if you spam the board with a bunch of the Gamma 2 cards, whenever one of your Gamma 1 restands itself, they're all going to restand. So the attack order has to be, you have to rest all of your Gamma 2 by attacking. And then when you ever restand a Gamma 1, you're going to be able to restand all of them. So you can kind of see how this deck kind of goes wide pretty early on in the game. So now that they're restood, you drew a card. Now you can attack with the Gamma 2 again. And then this time you're going to be able to trigger this ability. So the cards that you want to be able to discard are the cards you want to combo off using all of your Gamma 1 attacks. But some of the Gamma 2s also combo from some of your other Gammas are also able to combo from the drop area. So this actually fuels up the drop area so you can combo from the drop area. So what you're going to do is you're going to discard one of them. So let's just discard this one. Okay, and then we're going to draw 2. And then now we drew our Gamma 2 that is able to be played for 1 energy. Okay, so now you hit for 15k. Now you can hit again for another 30 because this guy's power up lasts for the whole turn. So he's gonna hit for another 30. So you hit first time for 35 and the second time for 30. So that's really wide going first. And guess what? You still have 2 energy for defense, and you're still not over yet. You can still play cards like this. This is one of the Champas out of the deck that gives any of your red ribbon cards double strike for the turn. Sorry, for the battle. So if at any time you want to clear or finish the game, you have a in archetype double strike card, and you're going to be able to do that pretty easily because you're going to go wide. Okay, so then from there, you do have 2 energy open. You could use it for defense. If you're going second, you might want to keep the 2 energy open in case you do have like a topo in this deck. I don't play topo, but you could. You can also play this guy out too if you want to hit for an extra 15 because he is reduced to 1. So let's just do that. And then cool. So now we've swung with how many swings did we get? We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swings on literally on turn 3. And this is only this is this is not even the end of it. If your board preserves itself on the next turn, you can go even wider. So we're gonna give that example too. So let's just pretend that they couldn't deal with your board. You activate after image basically to basically just go out the attack, and they went for your life instead because why not? They went for your life. Um, so let's say you didn't after image, and say you just play this combo this guy on your opponent's turn. You can actually pay the 1 energy by using his ability on limit 1, and I believe you can use this on your opponent's turn as well. Yes, you can. So then you can play a Gamma 1 or Gamma 2 from your deck. So you can play cards like, let's just play something you don't have yet. So now you're expanding your board a little bit. Okay, so we're just gonna get Gamma 1 here because all these have limit 1s, but not this one. This one doesn't have limit 1 when it restands, and neither this does the other Gamma 1s. Let's see if we can draw another copy of this. Okay, so we're gonna play this in the drop area, and we have a Gamma 1 in active mode. Okay, so now turn 4 is started. So keep in mind that you can simply use this card every turn in order to generate you another Gamma. Oh, you had to play it in rest mode. I see. So they did a little bit of balancing here. So my mistake. This card actually plays the Gamma in rest mode. So we're just gonna place this card back in rest mode and pretend that we only swung for 35k once. Okay, so just an FYI. Okay, so now we're going to start off our turn now. We now have a board of 4 cards on the board. And so this is kind of like the multiplicative effect, where if you have more Gammas, Gamma 2s, you'll be able to restand them. So, okay, before you start attacking with everybody, after you charge, you want to be able to play out this Gamma from your Z deck. So we're going to find it. This card reads, if you have both Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 on the board, you can reduce its energy cost and its regular cost from the Z deck by 1. So you can play this by 1 and then sending off one of these guys to the drop. Okay, so this is where the real powerhouse comes. He reads, if you have 3 or more energy, all of your red Gamma 1s and Gamma 2 get +5 for the whole turn. So this means all these guys get 5k continuously, and this guy gets a barrier because of this guy. So they definitely balance him in some ways because he is unique, so you can't play a second copy. So with this guy, you give this guy barrier because he's a 2 cost or less, and also these two also get barrier as well. So what you're going to do now is that you're going to swing with the Gamma 1 first, or you're going to swing with the Gamma 2. You're going to discard Red Ribbon Army to draw 2. Hopefully we draw into our other copy of this guy. Okay, and we drew the second copy. We didn't draw the second copy, so that's fine. Definitely consider playing 4 copies of this. I think I only played 3, so definitely consider playing 4. Okay, so then from there, you're going to swing with literally everybody, comboing things from your drop area. So you're going to combo this from the drop area, and then you're going to attack with him, combo this guy from the drop area. Like, you're really going like really wide. Okay, you can swing with this guy, and you're definitely gonna swing with this guy because he gets double strike. So you're gonna swing with all these guys, and then you're gonna swing with the leader, and you've only used 1 energy just to play this guy, and it's really insane. From there, you're gonna play 1 energy to play. You can pay 2 energy to play this guy. So this guy is like a critical that restands himself, but when you attack the second time, he goes straight to the drop area and deals 1 damage to your opponent. So if your opponent has 3 or more energy, which they will if you have 4 energy, this guy is able to play himself for 2 energy. So you swing with him, Okay, now here's the ugly part, or here's the crazy part. So now, what you're gonna do is, now that you have this whole wide board, you're gonna use your leader ability to restand him, and then when he gets restood, you get to minus something by minus 10k, draw a card, and guess what? Now everybody is able to restand itself. So boom, 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 boom. And this is turn four, so this is pretty explosive, in my opinion. I mean, not even in my opinion. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will agree with me on this. That this deck is going ham, like super ham. Not to mention, you haven't even used the first ability of this to play something out. You could, but you don't have to because it's going to be played in rest mode. So I found that out really later. So you're going to restand everybody, and then guess what? Swing again. This gets double strike for the turn. Swing again, swing again, swing again, swing again, swing again. This is not even counting the fact that you could pay this one last energy to play another copy of this guy. So pretty insane so far. You can also use this one, since this deck can also play this guy, and you're playing pretty much battle card heavy. You can actually just combo for an extra 10k using Delusion of Power from the older sets. And then when you finally get to the point where you have double strike range, you can actually just combo this guy and get double strike to anybody. Just depending on what situation it is. And guess what? It's not even over yet, right? Now that these cards are literally in the drop, you have the overwhelm option. You have this guy who can come out. So let's just do that. So we're gonna use his ability. We're gonna remove this card from the game, and then we're gonna play this guy. And now we have this guy who's like a barrier blocker that came out, and then he can minus something by 15k, and we have more pressure. And then we can overwhelm, so we can combo this guy to 25. Z-charge that, or not, we're going to Z-charge. We can put this in the drop area. Okay, and now we can overwhelm and play this guy. Like, this is super wide. It's like, it's crazy. Yeah, so this is pretty much the deck. I think I've pretty much covered everything about this deck. Yeah, I've pretty much covered the entirety of this deck. So let me go. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I haven't been able to play this guy yet, or this guy. It's really easy to play this guy on your opponent's turn. So you can play this for one. You can play this guy to draw extra cards, get critical. You can also give him double strike crit with Mr. Magenta here because this guy is able to grant double strike to anybody. So you can hit double strike crit for 25k, and then you can combo it to 30. So that's going to be really, really good. And this deck is really, I see a high potential for this deck to be the next aggro deck, even better than all the current aggro decks we have now for red. But yeah, I think Dr. Hedo is going to put red back on the map, and I think just by seeing this gameplay, you can kind of see it's able to pop off on 4. And being able to pop off on 4 is really good, especially in today's metagame. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.